Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on the HomieCraft server. Now listen, you can see nothing's happened yet, but that's because we're about to give you a few of those speed runs you folks have been loving, those quick zoom throughs and those sped up gameplay, and that's what I'll give you, so that you can see kind of the progress just at a faster pace. But I do want to point out two things. One, we have built a portal, which we'll go through later, but two, through said portal, I went and gathered some more resources. So we got more polished basalt, and we also got some black stone bricks. So that means we can get started on this floor, and let's get started. So thankfully, the floor actually didn't take too long to do. It actually only took us just under 10 minutes to completely rip out and put the diorite back in with very minor issues. It was actually very, very clean and clear and simple. Now the walls also were pretty easy to do. Again, under 10 minutes, pretty clean, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The main issue that I knew I was going to face was the ceiling. So you'll see at one point I actually run around placing torches all up on the walls, because I know that all the torches that are sitting on the ground will be destroyed when we go and deal with the ceiling. Now I don't have all of the tuff that I need, but what I did do is run around and clear out the whole ceiling area that we're going to actually put things on, just so that it's done and it's easy. I knew it would take a while, so I figured since we're doing all of this beautiful cutscening at the beginning, why not do this now so that it's done? You folks can see a little bit of the action too, and then we'll just get tough later on. I know I had a little bit, which I can use for some portions, but we need more tough. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I won't lie to you. What was funny was that even with all of the water that we were dealing with and fighting with, it actually took us the same amount of time to do basically, you know, the floor, the walls, and the ceiling all combined. Ended up being about half an hour total. So the ceiling was just a little bit over 10 minutes. So very smooth. There was so much water. Dolphins got in. It was just, you know, it's fine. It was so messy. But anyways, we're now here, right now, with a beautiful little setup. We've got, you can see, look, the ceiling is nice and done. The floors are done. The walls are done. Well, okay, sorry. The floors are done and the walls are done. The walls need a little bit of that, but it'll be fine. And the ceilings, of course, they're kind of blank at the moment. But the good thing about it now is that we have things lit up relatively well, and we shouldn't be dealing with any more flooding. Now, the next big thing that I want to deal with is the staircase down to the next level. I removed the pillars. I'm actually happy I removed the pillars. It looks much better without them. I do think what I would like to do, actually, though, is put in pillars right here instead, because I think that would be a fun little thing. Give me my stone back. I think it would be nice to have little pillars here. I think that would be cool. So what I'm going to do is make a quick mess. As per usual, let's see. Boom, flooding. See, I lied to you. We've already got flooding again. No, but we'll take a little bit of the polished lad here. And I'm just wondering if I do something like this. Is this a nice little entranceway? Yeah, that's fun. Oh, well, actually, that's not even going to be... It's not even going to be noticeable. We'll see what we can do. I might end up lowering it and putting it down like this instead. We will see what happens, because I don't really mind a 2-foot door, because it'll look like this at the end of the day, right? This is a nice thing about having some of the... You can't judge me, okay? This is a nice thing about having some of the stairs, though, is we can actually just block this off now. Boom. Boom. We got 5 more. Cool. So this is one thing that I'm going to need to get. And I don't know if we're going to do it today, but we're going to do it eventually, because I would like to complete the roof pretty well as soon as I can, because this bothers me. I don't like... What I feel like always happens with our projects, like the house in our single-player game, is a portion of it ends up being forgotten and abandoned, and it ends up being sad. But anyway, we'll figure that out after. we do have our tunnel to make. That's another goal. So we got tunnel, we've got second level staircase, and we have kind of the glass to do, and so much more to do with the house. So much more to do with the house. But I think what we should do now, first and foremost, is our storage area. There's a lot of stuff down here already, but it's still kind of a mess. Still kind of a mess. So it'll make life easier once we have it sorted. What I'm gonna do first is just dump everything out of the inventory. I'll keep that though. Dump everything else out of the inventory. All goods. We won't have anything sorted out right at this present moment. Even you're gonna go in there too. And we're gonna pop our shield on, and the shulker box is going to be very helpful for this as well. Now, same situation, which is unfortunate. We're gonna actually empty the shulker box. It does have some stuff in it that I would like to kind of keep sorted outwards, so we're just gonna do that really quickly. Just a lot of clicking. You can hear it. Click, click, click. You're gonna come with me. Now, let's run up here, because we've got some chests here, right? We got 4 chests here, 3 chests, another one over there, and then we've got a couple upstairs as well in the home. And it would just be easier if we had them all finally consolidated. All right, so that only took about 4 trips. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Now, what we're gonna do is I have a general strategy about how I usually sort things. If you've been following my other series, my single player, you'll have seen my storage room there. Now, I actually don't like that storage room because I set it up in kind of a poor quality way. And that main issue is actually, my main issue with that one is that I separated the storage room into 2 separate rooms. One where I was thinking, okay, most common stuff and then less common stuff. What I prefer doing is actually having everything kind of together in the same room because it makes it easier. I don't need to run around. And then I have the crafting kind of in the same room as well. So we do have the crafting over there. It's possible that I put a crafting table in the floor. It's a pretty effective way of doing things. Another thing that I'm half tempted to do too is I would be more inclined to actually use item frames for this time around. Usually I don't do that, but you know, sometimes you gotta spice life up, okay? And you gotta do things a different way. And so I might try that. I'm thinking weapons, tools, armor, but then the problem is, right, you can't access the chests in the same way. That's my cheeky issue with those. Now, when it comes to these, though, then you're kind of, you're more or less fine, right? Yeah, so, I don't know. For now, I'll keep the item frames on the side, and we'll just use some cherry signs. And let's see what I come up with. All right, folks. So this is what we've come up with. We've come up with food, plants and seeds, mob loot, precious ores, construction, special materials, tools, weapons, armor, house materials, cobblestone, mixed stone. Now, I do realize there's like potions and stuff as well. That will be its own thing because this is great, but like potions take up way too much room. They're going to have their own space. What this does let me do... Oh, right. I need... let's put... I guess we'll put wood here. Usually I would put it somewhere else, but I kind of want wood on the top. One sec. So for house materials, it's going to be that stuff that's usually, you know, used for the home. Precious ores, obviously. Ores. Construction is the one that you might be confused by. Now, construction is usually where I put things like crafting tables, doors, hatches, stuff like that. And actually, this final one can be redstone. So that's the one that I usually put, well, all the redstone in and the rail stuff. So this will be fine. Just give me a few minutes. We'll get it sorted. Alrighty, folks. So after a whopping 20 straight minutes of me running between chests, we finally have everything sorted into well, all of these chests. You can see we've got food. We've got plants and seeds. Put those seeds down here. We have mob loot. We have precious ores. Construction materials. We've got, what I call this? Special materials. I mean, it's honestly mostly nether at this point. We have tools, which is full. Some of these can be thrown away. Probably those two items actually could be gotten rid of. We have weapons. We have armor. We've got wood. We've got house materials. We've got redstone, cobble. Very nice. Sand, dirt, and gravel, and andesite. That's not supposed to be in there. Let me just quickly move that into mixed stone where it belongs. And you can see that's the remaining tuff we have. So, not so much for there. Let's just grab the extra tuff here and we'll throw it in here for a bit. Diorite 2 could actually be chucked in there. How are we looking on diorite? Not too shabby, not too shabby. Well, actually, I refuse. I'll take it back. Now, what are the next major tasks we're going to be undertaking, you might ask? Well, oh boy, do I have a high-quality answer for you. Number one, I'm going to show you what's over here in the nether. Our portal is actually fairly close to the... Oh, jeez, why? Okay, listen. Everything is fine. We don't need to panic. I didn't bring my bow with me. So it's my fault. Anyway, we'll survive. He can't do anything to us. So there's the main lad there. Stop. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to the hard work and dedication of the folks that built this. I'm destroying it actively. I wasn't ready for ghast attacks though, I'm not gonna lie. That wasn't something that was on my radar spawning there, but I suppose something I should look out for, I guess. So anyway, our portal is over this way, followed by, as you can maybe remember, this is where we were doing our mining previously. So we'd actually come from up there, and we're mining in here. But now I'm able to get here a little bit easier. There keeps being a magma slime that spawns here, though, which is both beneficial and not so good. Holy shit. Listen, folks, I don't want to die. I wasn't supposed to die today. I can't. I refuse. Anyway, so that's the thing. But I've been mining up in there, which has been going pretty well. And, yeah, I mean, so one of the next big things that I want to do is continue on getting glow shrooms and stuff. You can see there are a bunch of them in here. I want to get more. I also want to find another fortress. No one has posted any coordinates in the chat, but I might inquire because I would like to find another fortress and not struggle too hard with life here. All right, so my big dealio spagilio plan for the remainder of the day, and this is the doozy, folks. This is the doozy, and you're going to love it. You're going to absolutely adore what I do here. We are going to throw on our iron chest plate. We're going to, one, I'm going to fix this little thing up. It's going to be great. I'm going to make it beautiful. And two, I'm going to build the, or at least the tunnel to spawn. So I want to be making the tunnel to spawn, and I want to just fix this area a little bit, make that kind of make a little bit more sense for the out. And then over there, I want to make the staircase down. I think I'm going to make the staircase down on this side just to make my life a little bit easier so I don't hate myself by messing with the stuffs. And I think we've already done a little review already of how the tunnel will go. I'm just going to double check by coming up here and verifying the straight line, how it'll look. Okay, so the tunnel is lined up right here. So if I travel in a straight line on the dot, you can see I would end up underneath the zoo, which is a little bit of an odd choice. I guess I could put my entrance here, or I could be cheeky and line it up with Jerome's house. Jerome's property right here. Hee. You'll never know. We'll never know. Because we can go around under the mountain, which might be a good move. And then if I do that, like across here, then we can go dead center, right into town or something. All right, so I think I figured out the cheeky thing to do. Right outside of Jerome Land. Boom. I don't think anybody's using this spot. If they are, I can always change where my thing comes out, so it's not a big deal. But then I'm actually close-ish to spawn. I'm actually, wait a second. This is someone's stuff. It doesn't really look like, I don't really know if they're doing any building here, but it seems like a straight line is the best thing. We'll go underneath the zoo, and if this is a bad spot to come out, we can come out over there. So it's not a huge deal. It's not a big problem. I think we're actually in an all right spot. And the only other thing I could think of doing is really just lining up with that and going down there. I think, honestly, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go in a straight line, and then we can do a little curve off to wherever we need to go. I'm thinking for floor, do we want to use diorite, or do I want to use wood, or should I just leave it the way it is? I don't know. I just don't want to switch it out again after. I don't have enough diorite. Probably don't have enough wood either, so I might just leave it as stone to kind of give it that old-timey, pathetic feel. And then if I decide I've got enough diorite later, we can add in the good stuff. So, before I start that, though, I'm wondering maybe stairs down we should take a little review at. I kind of like this. I wonder, should I take this out and... Oh, now I need to muck. Munch, 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 munch. Munch, 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 munch. I'm wondering, do we have what it takes? Perfect. Let's just throw these in. Oh, actually, the chisel could be fun. Let's see what that looks like here instead. Goodbye, stone. Oh. I bamboozled only myself today. Nope. You know what? I feel like, let's just lock that up. So I can either do this. That sucks. Or this. I actually don't mind that so much. I wonder... Stairs. Let's just see here. I think... Let's rip open the wall. Did I smack something there? We'll just rip open the wall here for a second. And... I'm not sure if we'll do a direct one right away. Or if we go, like, aside. Let's just assume that we're going to go in a little bit here. Maybe able to find something nice here. And we're still using netherrack to fill in the blanks here. I'm thinking what we'll do is maybe the tunnel next time, because this might take me a few minutes to figure the design out for, which would be its own thing. I'm thinking maybe we tunnel next time. That might be the next big ticket item on the agenda, because we're doing really good work here. I'm quite pleased so far. So I'd like to keep going here, wrap this up, and then kind of see where we end up. Now, there's the floor, right? So there's the floor, and now let's see, where are we at? Here we are. Okay, so, you know, this isn't that terrible if we line up like that. Then you've got a beautiful ceiling. Let's just put in a little bit more light down here. And we'll chop out the stairs. Okay, okay. I don't know if I want to do the same type of walls. I almost feel like the wood... You know, I almost feel like the wood vibe would be nice. Although, what is that? Is that... Oh, that's the edge here. That's right. That's right. So we could also go over one if we were so inclined. And then there's the... Okay, so let's actually do a little quick demo here. Oh my gosh, working in water is the worst. Why? You're just throwing me around like a little bitch. Okay, there we go. This is just me snapping as a human being. The water, it gets to me. It is very difficult to build underwater, is what I have continued to learn from this experience. I think I knew that. Well, not I think. I knew that. But I was too adventurous. I was like, I can do it. Nope. Never again. Remind me, folks. Never again, I swear. This has been a terrible experience. It's been interesting, but it hasn't been terrible. Okay, so this is the sort of thing that we're looking at. I actually don't think we can do it on both sides, which is fine. I don't mind leaving this one blank here. Although, maybe potion brewing over here ends up happening. Because what might end up happening is I might just put it that way in a straight line down. But I do kind of like this recessed version. So then you come down and this is the whole level and you don't actually mess with anything else and there's only one staircase up. I kind of like it. I don't know. There's something about it that's really rubbing me the right way. You know, it looks good. It feels good. It feels right. You know, this sort of thing feels right. Don't really care for this. This can actually be, okay, that's what we'll do. I have decided, decisions have been made. This will be the staircase down. This will be the little offshoot for when we fire ourselves off. That was a terrible description. This is where the minecarts are going to be. There you go. So anyway, then this opens up into this room, which is going to be lovely. I'm thinking genuinely the wood on the floor. Thinking wooden floors will make this nice and homey, nice and nice, you know. And we'll have a nice big glass window here too. So we might be able to make that work. Give me some wood here just so we can kind of feel the vibe out a little bit better. So you understand a smidge more what I mean by all of this. Because I certainly don't want to use tuft. I think that tuft is fine for the ceiling, but it would be ugly to use for the floor. It would be funny to do like a nice little wrap, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to make that happen. We're going to go boinkity boinkity. Boinkity boinkity. Boinkity boinkity. Boinkity boinkity. There, nice and secret. And then, yeah, we're actually just right up to the top. So, again, I don't know if I want to put wood here. We'll put wood there for now, and then we'll go from there afterwards. But, oh, I need glass. Shoot. And throwing in the glass, what's interesting about this is I might want to put up a frame around it. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not sure how big I want the glass wall to be. What I do know is that this is not the bottom, because right now we're on level 40. And if I go out here and jump down under all the way to say this being the bottom level, this is 33. So not that bad. Also, is that a pufferfish? Hi, buddy. Oh, we should name him, but I'm afraid he'll escape because he didn't just spawn in here. Yeah, and then we've got this beautiful wall. So let's just, yeah, if I could put a frame in like right here, say. Am I being attacked right now? You guys munching at me? Leave me be. I'm just a simple man. I don't want to be bothered. If I put a frame in, that could be nice. So the frame would go all the way over here. Yeah. Oh, that could be, okay. Hold up. Hold up 1 second. We can make this look sick. It's a good thing we kept this silk touch pickaxe because I'm about to make a mess. So I like what we've been seeing. Is this not the silk touch pickaxe? Nope, that's the fortune pickaxe. Well, that's embarrassing. What we're going to do is we're just going to go like this across the board. Beautiful, lovely, and luscious little frame. So that's really adding to the, how should I say, rusticness of the feature. The water feature looks lovely now. And all we need is a little bit more of that. And, well, actually, we're going to need more of this too, I suppose. Give me the bad one again. And I think, you know, I think this is kind of the level that we were planning to have the room be at. Like, just keep it the size that it is. And I might even put the frame up here. But I like it 3. I don't really care to make it lower. You know what I mean? We could, I guess we could make the ceiling taller and go down another level. I just don't see the point. Oh. Where does this stop? And where does this start? I did not... This part I did not plan for. Oh, right there. Okay. Boink. There we go. Easy. Oh, it's so dark now. You can just fill this in with a little bit of light, a little bit of some torches. There you go. And then more glass. Perfect. Okay, you know what? I think we'll leave it this level because you can see in the upper that it gets kind of hidden there. So the only other thing that I could think of doing is actually just having it drop down in the same way. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to do it this way. So let's clear out the rest of this room. And then we'll see what the whole thing looks like. And how we feel about expanding the base all the way around. Or if we want to just leave it to this level. And there we go. We have a nice little room set up. I think this will be where we do the bedroom. I think I won't be beholden to the same sort of... wall standards as up here. Up here, I love the round. It's very fun. It's a very cool base design. But then downstairs, I think we'll be a little bit more flexible with our angles and stuff. I do kind of feel like what would be interesting is actually going down another level. Where I'm like, do I do stairs there? I don't really want to. I kind of like it like that. I feel like we could put another staircase down. What are we looking at? 3 from the wall? Let's just see. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that kind of ruins the... What would it be? It'd actually be there. That kind of ruins the room a little bit. I actually like this room the way that it is. So, okay. We'll decide what to do with this room. But listen, folks, we've done amazing progress today. We have a tunnel to dig out for next time. And, well, a little bit of work to do down here. But hope you folks have been enjoying the series. Hope you've been enjoying the base building and the speeding up of time and whatnot. I want to get you guys seeing everything that we do here. Hope you've been enjoying. Hope you continue to enjoy. If you do, and you did, let me know down below. Don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did. And I'll see you next time.